Hello, everybody. I just wanted to give you a quick update to the sound quality shootout I did yesterday. If for those of you who haven't watched that or haven't seen that, I'll put a link on this video to that video so you can get a more in-depth discussion or talk about every version that I've listened to, besides the one I'm going to talk about today on this video. So basically, I did a video where I had an original translucent purple pressing. I had a music on vinyl version that came out, and then I also had the new Analog Productions 45 RPM version of Purple by Stone Temple Pilots that I reviewed. And afterwards, I actually saw someone comment on that post that they have one of the new 33 RPM Clear 75th anniversary releases that was done by Rhino, and they said that that was good enough for them. It made me think that I had forgotten that I actually have a deluxe, super deluxe box set that came out back in, I think, 2019 that basically has 3 CDs. So you've got, this is the back card that comes on it, but basically comes with 3 CDs, which basically has outtakes and live concert and things on that nature. It also comes with, though, a remastered record, which I think is 180 grams. I believe, yes, it's 180 gram. I'm not sure I don't recognize the dead wax info in terms of who would have cut it, but anyways, there was that I had forgotten about. So I decided to listen to that one and compare it to the other versions that I had reviewed yesterday. And my thought was it's actually pretty close to the original. Not quite as good. There are some differences. Most are relatively minor, but actually all of them are minor in my opinion. But the one thing that I found was it definitely had a little bit of a narrower sound stage, so that was kind of interesting. Not necessarily a bad thing. I guess it's all a question of what your preferences are, but it definitely didn't go, to the edges of the speakers or beyond. It was definitely a little bit more narrow in terms of where the performances were on the recording, on the cut. Also, probably a smidge less upper mid-range in comparison to the original, and I think it had a little bit less deep bass too. It still had a decent amount, but I think that the bass it didn't have quite that a little extra edge that the original one had. So, still very close to the original. I would say the other drawback to this pressing anyways, and maybe you've got ones that are better pressed than this one, but this also had a little bit more surface noise than at least the music on vinyl and the AP, although not much more than the music on vinyl, but it's kind of a whooshing surface noise sound. So, had a little bit less than the original pressing, but again, I could just need to clean my original pressing with my ultrasonic, and maybe that'll make a difference. But regardless, I found that it to be the closest to the original pressing, which is, no spoiler alert, that's probably my favorite, not probably, is my favorite version of Purple on vinyl. And so I would say that, this was a great one. And I think you can still get it for relatively cheap. I think if you search hard enough, you might be able to find one for probably close to the same price range as the AP. And it gives you the extra outtakes, a CD version of it, and of the live concert stuff as well. So it's a good value. I like the cover too. It's slightly embossed and a foil, so it's kind of shiny. Although, and the one thing I would be curious about, and one that I don't know, is I would be pretty surprised if they don't use the same stampers from this for the 75th anniversary one that they released, the standard 33 RPM one that they released this year. But I could be wrong. If someone knows more about that, maybe has both this deluxe version and the newest release, I'd be very curious to know what that one has, if that's the same pressing as this, or same stampers anyways, or same mastering. And because if it is, that one would be by far your best value and the one that I would go with if you're looking to save money. If you're looking for the best overall sound, get yourself a clean, hopefully quiet copy of the OG. Probably gonna spend some money on that one though. But if I had to venture a guess, a super clean copy is probably gonna go for close to $100. But that's kind of my take. I would say this one is right up there with the original, and it's not that far off. And for the money, if you can find either this version, which I think if you can get this again for the price of the AP, or maybe even a little bit more, it's a better value because you got the CDs. And I like the cover. It's kind of cool. But anyways, that's my take. I would say if you're talking solely on sound quality, go for the OG. If you're looking for your best value, I would say either this Super Deluxe version or possibly the new standard 33 RPM 75th anniversary, if it's the same pressing as this one that was released in 2019. So I would guess that it is, but I don't know. So that is everything I've got for today on this one. Like I said, it was going to be a short video. I just wanted to kind of give you an update because I had forgotten that I had this version, just because I bought it mainly for the extra bonus CDs and things like that, because I was very happy with my OG purple. So anyway, that is everything I've got. Thank you very much for watching. You have yourself a great rest of your day and a great rest of the week. Thanks a lot.